Hello. So welcome to Bina podcast, the very first edition of podcast brought to you by CIDB Malaysia and CIDB IBS. And I am Dina, your host for today, and I am so excited to start this journey with everyone, with you guys. And yeah, Bina is not only about building ideas, building impact, and it's also about building the future together. And for our very first episode, our title will be evolve around building green, how construction technology leads the sustainable construction revolution. And together with me, I have a very special guest all the way from Indonesia, our neighbor. And I want to welcome selamat datang to Professor IR Resdiansyah, Senior Advisor for Infrastructure and Regional Development at the Executive Office of the President of the Republic of Indonesia. Selamat
Thank you.
datang, Prof Dian.
Terima kasih.
Apa kabar?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
great.
fine.
Great. Thank you, Prof. All the way from Indonesia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long journey for me.
Oh, long journey?
Yeah, because transit in KL,
Yeah. How many hours you have to transit in KL?
3 hours.
3
Layover
hours.
for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing the video shoppings
Yeah.
in KL.
That's
KLIA
good.
especially.
Yeah, that's good. That's great to hear that. And Prof. Dian, such a great figure like you. You are like a senior advisor to President Office in Indonesia, and yet you are here together with us. And you know that we are having this live streaming during the International Construction Week ICW Borneo edition. So this is
Yeah.
very special. First episode,
Thank
first
you.
edition, and live streaming.
Oh,
And
good.
yeah.
Sounds good
Yeah,
for me.
we are lucky number one. All right. So, Prof, before we dive into a very serious question, I think semua orang di sini, even our audience, pun nak tahu about you in a more intimate version. Sebab, yeah, with your profile, of course, they can just Google. They will get that very outstanding profile. But I want to listen from your side for the past 30 years, why you are here and like, yeah, that's who you are today. Can you explain? Can you share with me?
Yeah, first of all, actually, terima kasih kerana jemput saya di event ini that I believe International Construction Week ni event yang very special.
Yeah.
So that
Indeed.
when I have a invitation letter from CIDB lebih kurang 4 bulan yang lepas,
4 bulan.
4 bulan,
bulan.
the CIDB contact me. So that during that time I already put in my calendar this is a very good event for me. Then immediately then I'm asked from the Executive Office of President whether that I can join this event or not.
Yeah.
And finally they said this is a very good opportunity to join this event.
And President bagi green light.
It's not only President, the Chief of Staff, the Executive Office President also
Okay.
welcome. Because back to your question just now, ini macam reunion for me in Kuching because
Reunion.
yeah, previously
Wow.
I'm professor also at the University Malaysia Sarawak 2003 hingga 2006. Then after that I'm working in somewhere and then back again in Kuching 2014. 2012 sampai 2014.
Okay.
That is starting my passion actually in infrastructure since 1998. That is the short story. In 1998, during the Suharto impeachment, the second president of Indonesia, so I decided to keluar daripada Indonesia and working in some country, including Malaysia also, so that that is build my interest in the infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
So that because Malaysia is, that because I have a half blood of
Half blood
yes,
of
because
Malaysia.
my grandma is from Dungun Terengganu.
Wow.
So my
So
father
we are
from
the same East. We
my
are-
father is from Indonesia, especially in the Kepulauan Riau. That one is
Okay.
close to the Batam Island.
Okay.
So I'm quite familiar with Malaysia, and I remember. Ini santai kan?
Santai, ya.
Okay, I
Kau boleh
remember
cerita
during my
saja.
childhood,
Yeah.
I only know lagu negaraku.
Oh.
It is not Indonesia Raya because there is
Yeah.
no Indonesia TV during my
Oh,
childhood.
Okay. Okay.
Because we close to Singapore,
Uh-huh.
we close to the Malaysia, only negaraku and lagu kebangsaan Singapore,
Singapore.
only that. So during my high school only that I recognized my Indonesia Raya.
Yeah.
That is a funny story that all the province close to the border,
Yeah.
ya kan?
Yeah.
So kita lebih mengenal
Because
Malaysia
we
lah.
are very close neighbor, jiran
Exactly.
tetangga yang rapat, yang baik. So yeah, and that's why we
That is
invited
my
you.
passion in infrastructure. I'm civil engineers, and then I've continued my master degree. I continued my PhD. My PhD, fortunately, actually in Malaysia as well. So in the National University of Malaysia, UKM.
UKM.
So that one is start my career in Malaysia, helping other country also.
Yeah.
So mostly my journey in infrastructure for more than 20 years in overseas. Only the 10 years in Indonesia
So
until
you
now.
spend more in other
In
countries,
other country,
and then
yeah.
now it's time for you to giving back to Malaysia, to
I think
Indonesia,
the time's
right?
already coming for me to serve my country.
Yeah.
And fortunately, Indonesia also called me back. So we can say that call
Yeah,
of duty.
of course, they don't want
Yeah.
to miss the great figure like you
No
with
lah,
the high quality.
I'm just ordinary person that
You're so humble,
in the
Prof.
same time actually the country need me. That is just a short
Yeah.
background about me.
30 years, your experience
Yeah,
in
30 years.
infrastructure,
Yeah.
civil, building,
Yeah.
digitalization.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
1995.
1995.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about civil engineering, it's like spark my passion because I'm also have background in civil engineering.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like alumni reunion,
Oh.
civil engineers together,
Yeah.
and yet we are here today. And yeah, when you mentioned about International Construction Week,
Yeah.
I think maybe I want to share also with our audience that ICW is a yearly grand annual event organized by CIDB Malaysia. But the special one, this ICW Borneo, is the first ever we made it for the Borneo editions.
First time in
First time
Borneo.
in Borneo because of the demand
Okay.
that we get. Because normally we did it back in KL, and this year the grand finale will be on 28th until 30th of October. And I believe you will be invited. Of course,
Thank
you
you.
will be. And
Thank you.
yeah, I think this is good start, for us to having this ICW in Borneo editions.
It's
right.
a good idea.
Yeah.
That's why I'm coming.
Yeah, and we're having
Yeah.
live streaming Bina podcast here.
Yeah, thank you
It's
inviting
It's marked the
inviting me in the
milestone.
podcast as well. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Prof.
Yeah.
30 years, you also have a blood from Dungun. We are from Pantai Timur. Boleh kecek Kelantan kau?
No.
Kecek Terengganu tak
I
boleh?
was born in Indonesia.
Okay.
Absolutely, I cannot speak Kelantan
Alright,
or
okay.
Terengganu.
So we just stick to
Don't
this.
don't start.
Okay, we stick to this.
I'll be confused after that.
All right. Okay, so let's go to quite a bit serious question. Since,
Okay.
Yeah. So we already know about you, about your history, your passion, and what's maintain and strive you to be here today. And yeah, we know that now back in Indonesia, or like all country are talking about sustainability, sustainable
Yes.
green energy and everything. And I would like to know if you can share how Indonesia, adapting in terms of sustainability mandates. Maybe you can share on that?
Yeah, every country have a different rule and regulations related to the sustainability.
Yeah.
More than 20 years, Indonesia concerned about the sustainability, especially of comply with the SDGs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
SDG,
Then,
ESG.
Yeah, ESG. But not like Malaysia, you have a CIDB construction
Industry
Development Board.
Yeah.
It's a special board about construction. Indonesia, we doesn't have this kind of the board.
Yeah.
All the construction is under Ministry of Work.
Ministry of Work
So,
directly.
but the function in Ministry of Work, we have the second layer that the duty and responsibility is similar like CIDB.
Okay.
And
alright.
then that absolutely is mandatory for us to have this framework regulation about the sustainability, especially in construction.
Infrastructure.
So that's why
Yeah.
Indonesia come out, starting with the Green Building Councils of
Okay.
Indonesia.
Okay.
So inside of the Green Building Council, we have many regulation related to that one. So we also come out with the roadmaps for the construction sustainability. This mandatory for us to have this one, but every president have a different approach.
Yeah.
President Jokowi, the seventh president of Indonesia, approach mostly focus in massive infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
And then now it's become the eighth president of Prabowo. We continued this infrastructure, but we more focus in terms of the impact of the construction itself.
Okay.
Mean whether this construction can be sustained or not.
Yeah.
If it gives the impact to environment or not.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's a mandatory. Even the President Prabowo already come out with the President decree about how to localize the local material
Resources.
and also our natural resources.
Oh,
So
yeah. That's
this is
interesting.
the good starting for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
how we can utilize our natural resources for the
yeah.
construction. Beside the digitalization, absolutely,
Yeah, yeah. And it's good for
Yeah.
your local economic growth
absolutely.
when you utilize
Absolutely,
local
yeah.
resources and everything, upskill the
But,
manpower.
but you know lah, it's very beautiful in the mouth to say the sustainability, but the controlling. That's why
Okay.
the duty and task of the executive office of president. Currently, I'm senior advisor for the infrastructure, so we are now get the very huge task from the president as the delivery assurance unit. You can imagine.
Okay.
So all those construction infrastructure need to be overseen. It's
Oh.
not only sent, but must be delivered.
Deliver. Yeah.
So we will report to the president, okay, this project is not sustainable. This project is not delivered. It's only sent, not
So
delivered.
president receives the report card and then do the
Yeah.
checking. This is
Yeah,
done, not
yeah,
done.
because we don't want again all the project, the action plan for infrastructure is on lip service.
Yeah.
Previously, to be honest with you,
Okay.
it's
To
a
be
lip
fair,
service.
yeah.
To be fair, sometimes they said, okay, this is already done 100%. Yeah, this project done. Yes, one of the airport in Indonesia done beautifully.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the demand is not there. There's
Okay.
no one people want to use the airport
Yeah.
because it's somewhere nowhere.
Yeah.
Then it's not meet the requirement.
Yes.
Not meet the sustainability.
Yeah.
Sustainability means you have create the demand.
Demand.
All demand must be there.
Yeah.
Then it must be
Yeah. I couldn't agree more with you on that. Seriously.
friendly
Yeah.
in terms
yeah.
of the environment.
And I think
Yeah,
by having this policy mandates is also helping creating the demand.
exactly. I
Yeah,
agree with you.
yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
back in Malaysia, we also did that. Maybe I can share a bit. You know about the building technology, we call it IBS. I bet it's the
Absolutely.
same.
Indonesia
yeah.
also
yeah.
using the similar term,
Yeah.
industrial building system.
Yeah, IBS. In Malaysia, what we did, we have these policy mandates or fully mandatory requirements.
That's good.
So that to create a demand and automatically it helping the economic, the whole supply chain, the ecosystem of it. So yeah, so I think that's what the government's role should be. Like by using their power, authority, by creating the policy, but directly you helping the economy of it. Yeah.
We used also the IBS, but massive IBS we use actually recently since 2021 after the COVID, especially for the new capital city.
Sebab susah nak dapat pekerja asing. Betul?
Not really, because we start our new big project we call Nusantara.
Oh,
There
Ibu
is a
Kota
new
Nusantara,
capital city.
New
Then
capital city.
we start our IBS
Uh-huh.
massively.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting topic. Okay, the next question. Since you
Okay.
dah bagi like teaser about IBS, about how you develop your new capital city
Yeah.
using this IBS technology. Yeah, you should tell more how you guys did that.
Yeah, since that the seventh President Jokowi instructed we must have the phase 1 of the Nusantara, the new capital city must be ready by 2024. So we start actually physical construction in 2022. You can imagine that one. So we have a massive project.
Okay.
It's almost 100 trillion rupiah Indonesia, equal to 4 to 5 billion US dollar.
Wow.
It's a huge project.
Wow.
Impossible to done phase 1 in 2 years without the technology in construction. IBS one of them.
Yeah.
So you can imagine we can build 22 towers of the construction workers resident in only 3 months.
In only 3 months.
Yes,
22
tower
towers. Wow.
for
Using
the,
IBS.
for the 10,000 workers,
Wow.
because we want to humanize the workers. We
Yeah.
not allowed them to the barrack,
Yeah.
so they have to stay in the apartment. So we built that one 22 towers within 3 months.
And built by your local contractors.
Local MOBOC system. We call them MOBOC.
Mobile.
MOBOC is actually modular
Oh,
buildings
modular
that
building.
precasting
Yes, yes,
using
yes.
the IBS.
Yeah.
It's a local company.
Local company
Yeah,
from
state-owned
Indonesia.
enterprise. We
Wow.
call Adhikarya Concrete.
Okay.
That is amazing that we can utilize all those IBS only
Yeah.
in 3 months.
And you should be one of our speaker for our Bina ICW KL edition, because you know that
You have
this
to
year,
visit Nusantara with all the CIDV friends
yeah,
and see now is the progress not only in the resident for
Yeah.
walkaway resident,
yeah,
also for the Istana. You know, Istana the palace, Garuda
Mhm,
Palace.
Garuda
It's
Palace.
a combination
Yeah.
of the steel construction and concrete construction, and we use special steel. You know, that one is sustainable steel that can be changed the color from the black color to become the green color because of the weather.
weather.
That is
So
a
it's
very beautiful.
design for that.
Yes.
Yeah. And
That is using all the technology. in
very
construction.
interesting the information you share about the modular, and maybe our audience, especially
Yeah.
from Malaysia. Now, I want to share with you, Prof Dian. Di Malaysia, memang
Yeah.
kita tengah push for modular technology. And
Okay.
our tema for our ICW KL and for Bina especially is on the modular technology. So that's why when you mention about modular, it's like spark my
In line
ignite.
actually.
Yeah, it's ignite my wow. So that Nusantara or Indonesia already like implement that and dah ada living proof. So we should
Yeah.
learn a lot from you guys.
Please come.
Share the best practices. Yeah,
Mm.
we can arrange a visit.
Sure.
Soon. Alright. So okay, you already told about that. And for my next question, Prof.
Mhm.
Ya, kita tahu Indonesia banyak kepulauannya. Banyak sangat. Kalau nak compare dengan Malaysia, we like a very small country compared to Indonesia. And my next question will be, what is the challenges yang you have to, tackle arise for the remote area in terms of development, digitalization, all the implementation of the new technology?
It's a very interesting question
Mhm.
because I believe that you aware, kawan-kawan di Malaysia mungkin paham bahwa Indonesia ada 17,000 pulau.
17,000
Ya,
pulau.
tidak semuanya sekarang bernama.
Wow.
Because very difficult to, you know, then this is our challenge.
Yeah.
Connectivity.
Connectivity.
Yeah, like Peninsula Malaysia, connectivity dia land transportation,
Yeah.
railway, kemudian North Borneo, Sabah Sarawak, you can develop the Palm Borneo because I'm previously joined this initial design of the Palm Borneo when I'm working closely with Cahaya Mata Sarawak during my services. I'm
Oh.
technical advisor for CMS
Wow.
last time
Okay.
under our highway laboratory in Unimas last time.
Oh, okay.
So that you can imagine you have a 2 big island.
yeah.
Indonesia have a 5 big island and 16,000,
Yeah.
17,000 small islands.
Small island.
So that is
How you want to connect the dots between all
exactly,
the 17?
especially the remote area.
Yeah.
So the 5 big island, we have no major issue. But the remote area, when we want to involving them with the green infrastructure or IBS system,
IBS, yeah.
you know, the BIM modeling, yeah,
BIM, yeah.
that one need basic infrastructure
Yeah.
like internet
Agree.
access,
Setuju.
yeah, digitalization. Not all remote area has this
Yeah.
opportunity
The
and
network
luxury of the
yeah.
networks. So now Indonesia still working closely how to do all the network in all around Indonesia. It's not easy task. Yeah, so many BTS tower we need to develop. You can
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
So that is our challenging,
challenges.
main challenging. Besides that, absolutely the human resources.
Human resources?
Yeah, not many Indonesian teenagers after graduate, they want to working in the remote area.
Oh.
So the remote area people itself, they are only education until high school.
Okay.
They don't have opportunity to have a digital knowledge and related to that.
Agree.
So that we have a program we call, like in Nusantara, we have a program like we call Coding Mom.
Coding?
Coding mom.
Coding mom.
is mak bahasa
Ma-
Indonesia.
Ma-
Mak bahasa Indonesia. I don't know whether the Malaysian friend know. Mak is ibu-ibu.
Ibu-ibu, yeah.
They don't have a background about the IT, so we
Oh,
give training to them.
yeah.
We call coding mom.
Yeah, it's like
The simple one, how to use
a
the
layman.
application in the gadget.
Yeah, it's a very basic one.
Very basic one.
Easy
So
to understand.
they
Okay.
understand. So there is a positive and negative
Oh,
of the introducing
initiative, yeah.
the digitalization. So many remote area moms utilization of the application to the TikTok. They start doing the TikTok. So our goal is not that one.
Okay.
Our
okay.
goal actually that to
Dah
make them
terpesong
understand
pula,
about digitalization, so we can create the
Okay.
digital community.
Yeah.
That is the challenging part of
Yeah.
infrastructure there.
Yeah.
So that the modeling like Beam
Beam.
require the fast internet access. That we're still working on
Yeah.
that.
I can
Yeah.
imagine that, Prof, because I try to relate with Malaysia as well.
Yeah.
I think we're facing the same challenges.
I believe that
Yeah,
because we
even though
serumpun. The
even though we are
character will be the same. I
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah.
how to change the mindset,
Exactly.
and connectivity, even though we are quite small, but we still
Yeah.
face that. So how struggle you guys with that 17,000
Thousand
island? You have to,
I can say
linkage
struggle.
all the connectivity.
Struggle, but nothing impossible.
Yeah, I like
Because
that.
we work now for remote islands,
Mhm.
remote area. Kita ada satu kementerian di Indonesia disebut Kementerian Desa.
Kementerian Desa.
Special.
Oh, di Malaysia pun ada.
Ada, ya?
Kementerian Desa dan Wilayah.
we are focus on 3 T.
Okay. T
Desa
stand for
tertinggal,
tertinggal,
terluar,
terluar,
dan satu lagi saya lupa.
tercantik.
No,
Oh,
tapi
no.
memang terluar dan tertinggal dan one
Okay,
terlah.
like
The three T that we
Okay.
focus and government spend money to making this gap between the this
reduce the gap
reduce
between
the
all
gap,
this.
yeah,
Okay.
we progress on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's need time absolutely, but we believe we can
I
achieve
always
that
believe on this. You have to start and you have to make progress.
Yeah.
Instead of you just,
Yeah.
looking on the challenges and then like, okay,
one.
we should find a solution and start
Yeah.
and progressively working towards achieving the goal. All right. So, yeah, nice, Prof. Banyak you share.
I learned a lot from Malaysia, to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah?
I'm helping Lada Langkawi last time with Tun Mahathir Mohamad, your
Mahathir.
Prime Minister.
And
Yeah.
I heard that you also involved with our Putrajaya establishment,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You kena
The-
cerita sikit pasal tu.
basic design of
Yeah.
the transportation in Putrajaya that I'm involving to design that one, and also a Rapid KL, the bus Rapid KL initiate program last time. Unfortunately, that sometime to develop one capital cities like Putrajaya,
Putrajaya.
so we facing the Malaysia especially because it's very close to the Kuala Lumpur. So during my services last time, very difficult to ask the government officer from KL to move to Putrajaya because it's very just 1 hour, 1.5
Yeah.
hour traveling. So they more prefer to stay in Petaling Jaya or KL compared to Putrajaya. But I don't know now. During that time, I believe that Putrajaya still struggling to have their population over there.
Yeah.
But I believe now it's a more
Yeah, I
better,
think
isn't it?
yeah, Putrajaya dah jadi satu lokasi tarikan untuk mereka
Yeah,
like
that's I learned
settle
from
down.
the Putrajaya. Then we create the demand in Nusantara. It's not only for the government officer, for the tourism activity as well.
Yeah.
So for the investment. So
Investment.
that's why that
Betul.
in my this morning speech,
Mm.
I mentioned Malaysia can also invest in Nusantara. And the biggest investor at the moment in Nusantara is Malaysia through the IGM Berhad.
IGM.
IGM is already built 15 towers
Wow.
for the government resident
Resident.
in Nusantara. Then
Yeah.
there will be continued another project also.
Yeah.
Thank you. The IGM is a trust.
And
the
I
Nusantara.
believe they're using IBS or modular,
Yes,
some kind of
yes.
technology, right?
Yes.
Because it's
Yeah, I
productive.
saw they're
way.
using the IBM and
yeah,
modeling as well.
BIM, yeah, building
So they can,
information modeling.
complete the project on time,
Yeah.
even the early than the expected.
Agree. So it's like again another living proof.
Yes.
IBS, all this building technology can help us in speed up the
We
construction
cannot
time.
avoid this IBS.
Yeah.
This is a standard around the world now.
Yeah.
How the construction technology,
Mm-hmm.
especially IBS, become the our priority.
Yeah.
So we cannot say that IBS is expensive, because when first investment, yes,
Yes.
but for longer period, the
Yeah.
IBS will become cheap.
And sustainability.
Sustainability is
Yeah,
there.
it's there. Yeah, I'm happy you say that on behalf of us, because you know that with Malaysia, through CIDB Malaysia, we've been doing this to push for IBS agenda for the past 25 years, like pushing with all kind of incentive. We're giving out the free training,
Yeah.
even until today, Prof.
Same.
Yeah.
Indonesia also do the same thing.
Yeah, like the free training, and pushing that with the incentive, working with another ministry. We even we call it a vendor development program
Okay.
to assist a new vendor in IBS, so that
Until they can
Yeah.
what we
Become
call
like
in
a
bahasa Indonesia mandiri. Mandiri, you know?
Mandiri is
Mandiri means they can do it by themselves without guidance.
betul.
We
Itu.
call mandiri.
Mandiri. Kalau
Bukan bank
kami,
mandiri kalau Indonesia.
kalau
Mandiri.
Malaysia mungkin, what is it?
Self-sustain.
Self-sustain.
Something like that.
I
Yeah.
lost the word in Malaysia. Sorry. So yeah.
So kita boleh berbahasa Indonesia, boleh bahasa Malaysia.
Ya, dan juga bahasa Terengganu. Jangan lupa.
No, I cannot. Absolutely, I give up if you speak Terengganu with me.
Okay, alright. So, Prof, banyak you cerita tadi, tapi I nak juga minta you share lebih lagi, sebab sayang ni, you memang very great figure.
No lah.
Experience you dengan Malaysia, you kerja like way experience compare than me. So macam banyak I nak belajar daripada you, and I believe our audience pun memang nak tahu lebih. Especially alang-alang bila kita dah bercakap pasal IBS, and when you develop that new capital city, how you guys find a way or like a strategy to uplift more on the local resources, supaya that I believe di Ibu Kota Nusantara, your new capital city, you banyak uplift, upskill, upgrade your local resources.
Yeah.
Boleh you share yang tu?
So we realized when we choose the East Kalimantan sebagai location of the new capital city, ibu kota baru untuk Indonesia masa hadapan.
Okay.
So kita facing yang pertama sekali adalah orang lokal tempatan. So the similar like in Sarawak.
Okay.
So dia Dayak, dia ada Iban, ada Dayak, ada suku-suku yang memang originally similar like the North Kalimantan is Sabah Sarawak. So they have masa kita nak pindahkan mereka ke apartment, they reject us.
Oh, okay.
It's only less than 2,000 people, but they said this is tanah nenek moyang kami adalah penduduk origin, we don't want to move.
Yeah.
So that pendekatan approach yang memang sangat represif, kita try to avoid. That finally kita build with the concrete everything, they don't interest at all.
Yeah.
Tak nak.
Mungkin mereka ada persepsi juga.
Yes, that's why akhirnya kita gunakan local resources material kita, like bamboo, like timber, to develop, and we call as rejuvenation program to rehabilitate their rumah panjang dan lain-lain, more sustainable, more convenience.
That's a strategy to get the buy-in.
Ya, dan
to get
kita
the
tak
belief.
pindahkan diorang.
Yeah.
So kita tidak relocate mereka. So kita build like I learned a lot from Sarawak, Kampung Budaya Sarawak.
Kampung Budaya Sarawak.
So I sharing with the chief of Nusantara that in Sarawak ada satu kampung budaya. So kita nak jadikan area tu menjadi kampung budaya. Instead dia akan jadi enclave city. Ada the new technology of the smart city, tapi dia ada kampung di situ. So kita jadikan dia kampung budaya. So we utilize all the local material to support them, because they don't want to accept the new technology.
Is that you rebuild their hometown?
We call it a rejuvenation. Rejuvenation normally using by girl, operasi plastik, the plastic surgery.
Yeah, but still the same person.
Person.
Cuma lebih cantik.
Lebih cantik because plastic surgery in Korea. Now we doing the facade rejuvenation for their, so they're happy.
Yeah, that's so brilliant.
But without meninggalkan mereka punya budaya.
And they still there, the belonging of dia tak rasa.
Then we use the local materials over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
menarik. And it's sustainable. You
Sustain.
mention about timber,
Exactly.
bamboo. So
Yeah.
memang banyak sebenarnya bila I learn from you Prof tadi kan, bila you share. Sebab like our tema, our topic for today kan on the green sustainable. Maknanya
Exactly.
directly memang you guys adopt, implement, that's the green technology back in Indonesia. So memang that's very impressive. I have to say that we have to learn a lot from you guys as well. And selain daripada itu, mungkin Prof Dian boleh share juga apa lagi strategi or maybe in term of incentive. Kalau kat Malaysia ni, orang Malaysia suka sangat tanya.
Incentive, yeah?
Ya, kalau kita dah buat
Allowance.
polisi, apa insentif kerajaan bagi? Kalau kita dah tetapkan syarat ini, apa yang kerajaan bagi balik? So
Same.
di Indonesia macam mana?
It's lebih kurang sama because mereka, the people never ask themselves apa yang boleh kita bagi untuk country. So normally that apa
Saya
yang
suka persepsi
boleh
itu.
country bagi untuk kita.
Yeah,
Sama di Indonesia pun sama. So that
Mhm.
like our biggest challenge to nak pindahkan orang daripada Pulau Jawa ke Nusantara, Kalimantan,
Nusantara.
that's very challenging for us. You can imagine kita ada 280 juta jiwa, but Java is 150 juta.
150 juta
Hanya
dari
di Jawa.
270.
So kita nak spread that one,
Yeah.
tapi orang dah nyaman, dah comfortable di Java because economic center. So that we create the new economic center in Nusantara.
Nusantara.
So slowly they will go to the Nusantara.
Yeah.
So incentive also we encourage for the first batch of population in Nusantara. Kita sebut bahasa Indonesia adalah wang kemewahan.
Wang kemewahan.
So government officer yang nak pindah ke new capital city, mereka diberi wang kemewahan.
Oh.
Artinya ada insentif.
Incentive
So,
allowance lah.
allowance.
Allowance that you.
Kemudian mereka dapat fully 3-bedroom apartment fully furnished.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Betul-betul
covered
mewah
by the
tu.
government. So
Betul-betul
kalau tak
mewah.
memang itulah. Kalau tak diorang tak nak pindah.
I see.
Nah, tapi bukan macam KL pindah Putrajaya
Ya,
yang diorang ini 1200 km
Betul,
pindahnya
betul,
dari
betul.
Pulau Jawa ke
Ya, faktornya
Kalimantan.
lebih.
Tapi memang
compared to-
sama lah. We facing the same challenge.
Yeah.
Challenging partnya adalah economic. So
Economic.
Indonesia now berusaha untuk membuat ekonomi baru di beberapa pulau yang the Big Island tu.
Yeah.
So istilah ada gula ada semut. Yeah.
Menarik.
So you cannot just create the demand
Ya.
like that.
Ya.
So that you have to be careful to create the demand. So after that the demand will become by themselves.
Tadi Prof ada mention mengenai create ekonomi baru.
Yeah.
Boleh Prof explain lebih what
Yeah.
type
Nusantara itu adalah contoh example
of
daripada kita create ekonomi baru. Because kita ada 9 cluster.
Okay.
Selama 4 phase tu sampai 2045 kita create 9 cluster. Kita ada cluster tourism activity, cluster education, industrial area, hillarization for the industry. So that is a create the new economy.
Economy.
The most beautiful part of the investment in Nusantara adalah tax holiday.
Tax holiday.
So meaning kalau misalnya
Wow,
contoh lah
tourism.
Malaysia company nak
Yeah.
buat R&D di Nusantara, she will be company ni akan dapat free tax semuanya. Employment-nya pun employee-nya pun dan employment orang-orang pekerjanya akan dapat free tax.
Free tax.
Kemudian import dari luar masuk ke
Import
your company
duty.
also free
Yeah,
duty.
Free duty.
So many tax holiday will be given to the industry so that itu membuat ekonomi baru. So kita
Okay.
expected dengan ekonomi baru seperti ini akan boosting the Borneo Island.
Including Sarawak lah. Borneo.
Sarawak, Brunei,
Yeah.
Sabah as well.
Yes.
So we already start the province road dari Kuching tu sampai ke Sabah, tapi perbatasan Indonesia province road dah ready. So tinggal bagaimana nanti pemerintah Malaysia
Untuk
connect
terima. How
connect
to,
dengan kita.
untuk jalan terus ataupun
yeah.
Alright. Okay. By the way, tadi I pun nak share sikit lah Prof, if you allow me that. Mengenai tax holiday kita pun, tapi I nak fokus on the IBS technology di
Yeah.
Malaysia. What we did, kami juga ada buat collaboration dengan another ministry We call it MIDA here. So macam kita bagi MIDA ni, dia memang fokus
What's MIDA stand for?
MIDA, so Malaysian Investment Development Authority.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, mind the voice. Sorry, I want to interrupt for a bit because we are doing live streaming, and yeah, there's a great sound by from another event. So if you guys terdengar tu, bear with us. Okay, yeah, now they stop. So we can continue. So MIDA stand for Malaysian Investment Development Authority.
Oh, so you have the authority.
Yeah, we have a lot of authority.
Okay.
So like CIDB Malaysia have a very close collaboration with MIDA because we want to attract more investment in manufacturing. Especially for IBS, because IBS is manufacturing based. So what we did is we giving, because CIDB cannot give this tax allowance, tax holiday, because we don't have that,
That's through the MIDA.
Yeah, through MIDA. So what we did a collaboration with MIDA. We advise MIDA in terms of technicality, so that please MIDA, you have to recognize and give this tax holiday for manufacturing license or duty exam, a lot. So I think most of, like Indonesia did, we also did the same. But again, still the implementation, the adoption is, I think it's progressively, but yet we have to, I'm not sure how, or maybe you have some kind of advice, because with your vast experience, what else we need to do untuk, I tak nak lah guna perkataan paksa, untuk kita push or like have a high progress about implementing and adoption of this kind of technology, IBS whatsoever. What else?
Ini interesting actually. Talking about investment. Kalau kita bincang pasal the approach, bagaimana nak encourage investment masuk ke sebuah negara. I learn a lot in many country how investment working. Yeah. Tapi ada satu yang menarik. When I come back to my country, contribute to my country, ada satu yang mungkin Malaysia also facing the same thing. The stability of the politics. Itu menjadi key point actually.
Okay.
Once that stability of politics is in the grey area, investor will be wait and see.
Yeah.
This is happen also in Nusantara.
Nusantara.
So they wait and see, because that pergantian presiden Jokowi to the Prabowo. So they're really worried whether this Nusantara will be continued or not.
Yeah.
So that even President Prabowo already mentioned that yes, I will continue this project.
Yeah.
So they still wait and see.
Yeah.
So beside the political same thing. It's not enough only that you give tax holiday to them. Ibaratnya you bagi dia gula-gula.
Yeah.
Like that one is like aspirin.
Yeah.
Means
Betul.
kalau I sakit kepala, ya kan? You bagi aspirin, Alpendol.
Yeah.
So lepas tu kalau saya sakit lagi macam mana?
Yeah. Kena
That's
dapat
why.
lagi another
investment
aspirin,
pun
yeah.
kena sustain. Diorang akan tengok sejauh mana investment ini mereka akan dapat feedback.
Betul.
So the most important adalah memastikan bagaimana investment ini can be sustained for them as well. So itu yang we learn. Dan stability politik, tanah yang clean and clear for them, bureaucracy, especially perizinan dan lain-lain, that is the most important. So that I believe we have the same issue. Tapi dengan adanya CIDB seperti ini menjemput ramai pembicara atau speaker, including dari Indonesia also, that we can share our
best practice, what you guys did,
and then talking about the Borneo is the most potential for the infrastructure, since Nusantara capital city is over there, Sabah, Sarawak, Brunei, and Philippines also not so far from us. I think will become the new economy in the Asian region, especially Asian have also that blueprint until 2045. Indonesia also have roadmap until 2045.
So you align already?
Yeah, align. 100
yeah.
tahun Indonesia ada di 2045.
2045, 100 tahun
100
Indonesia.
tahun Indonesia after Independence Day
Wow.
1945.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good numbers.
Yeah.
100 years. Wow. So, yeah, tadi you dah cerita on the collaboration, on how government boleh support. And yeah, back to our tadi sebenarnya ya IBS and modular semua tu, digitalization is part of the sustainability of the sustainable
Yeah.
renewable energy. And I nak just a bit lah, I rasa sebelum kita almost out of time dah ni, tapi I
Okay.
rugilah kalau I tak tanya yang ni, I rasa sebab even for today's punya event ICW ni pun kita nak push on the green energy. And I
Already have a blueprint about green
Yeah,
innovation.
yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
Indonesia, we still working closely with the green innovation. Is green innovation. Some people thought green innovation is about 3R, recycle, reuse.
reuse.
Yeah, it is not about
No.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
The green innovation also not only the using a timber as construction or local material. So the green means that we ensure that every material in construction there is no waste construction.
No waste.
Mean we have a waste, but we can reuse again that waste
okay.
construction.
Okay.
So the connotation of the waste is important in the green. So Indonesia is starting a research development in green innovation,
Okay.
but I believe Malaysia is more advanced in terms of the green innovation. Uh, 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 Indonesia focus on the digitalization of the construction toward the green innovation. So that currently, I don't know whether that you aware about the digital twin technology.
Yeah.
That
You are
Indonesia now we
implementing that.
implementing the generation 5 of digital twin.
Wow. Wow.
In manufacturing, in constructions, so that is a more efficient.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the word of efficient automatically that we is complying with the green innovation. The
Okay.
green innovation, it must be efficient, it must be effective, and absolutely in the cost implementation also reduce.
Yeah.
So if you can innovate that one,
Yeah.
we can call as a green.
Green.
The green bukan hanya warna hijau.
Saya setuju dengan
Nah,
explanation
because
ni.
sometimes orang bilang green, green
Kan, kena ada banyak
seberapa
pokok.
hijau.
Seberapa
It
hijau.
is not.
It's
Tapi,
not about that only.
The backbone-nya adalah efficiency,
Efficiency.
effectiveness,
Yeah.
dan ini adalah cost reduction in term of
Yeah.
Kita tak nak construction itu berbiaya mahal. It's no point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kalau you have very good construction, safety construction, innovative construction, but you can do the massive commercialization and become cheap and cheap and cheap, then people can have the affordable housing with the modular basis just now.
Betul.
So, karena saya tengok di Malaysia harga rumah, wow,
Wow.
very
Prof,
expensive.
Prof, you spark
You know?
my interest sebelum habis. You cakap pasal affordable housing and you
Yeah.
cakap pasal harga rumah. Boleh tak you share sikit di Indonesia?
Sama.
What are the
mahal.
context? Serious?
Tapi kita ada program
Oh,
sekarang.
okay.
Under Presiden Prabowo kita
Okay.
ada program namanya 3 juta rumah
3
untuk
juta rumah.
orang-orang yang mempunyai penghasilan di bawah rata-rata. So this will be given by the government not only through subsidy. So we encourage all developer to contribute in the we call the MBR program.
Okay.
Ini adalah rumah layak huni untuk
Rumah
masyarakat
layak huni.
untuk masyarakat yang ada di bawah.
Okay. Okay.
Dan itu menggunakan semuanya modular system.
Wow.
So very fast, efficient, cheap. Because President want this program actually must be done by end of this year for the 3 juta rumah. You can
And
imagine.
announce when?
January.
Wow.
It's a 12 months program.
12-month program.
3 juta rumah must be ready untuk
Interesting.
orang-orang yang we call it affordable house.
Affordable house.
Because Jakarta also you know the rumah mahal not because of the construction itself,
Yeah.
because of tanahnya.
Tanah. Betul.
Yeah.
Pemilikan tanah itu sendiri.
That is expensive.
And another extra cost yang lain-lain.
So many innovations done by Indonesian government sampai ada all the corruptor tu corruption people yang
Okay.
sekarang sudah di jail tu.
Okay.
So
Okay.
tanah-tanah diorang yang disita oleh negara,
Aha.
so dirampas oleh negara dan
dan
digunakan
guna
untuk bina affordable house.
Oh, that's a very
Yeah.
brilliant initiative by Indonesia.
Yeah,
Mungkin
we have
Malaysia
to do.
boleh
Then now
boleh
we working closely with the undang-undang perampasan aset. So all the corruptor kita rampas asetnya, miskinkan dia.
Wah.
So asetnya untuk masyarakat.
Dia
That
tak
is,
ada dalam term yang kaya makin kaya. Di Indonesia
have to
sekarang
change that one. Currently, yes, like that.
Interesting, yeah.
ya 270 juta, yang kaya mungkin 20 juta saja.
Setuju. Sangat-sangat
Yang
setuju.
lain ada di bawah itu.
Yeah, and di Malaysia juga ada that kind of scheme. We call it affordable house, and kami juga kategorikan kalau di sini kita ada B40, kategori yang di bawah lah.
Yeah.
Dan
So ada
I rasa-
contribution CSR of the developer there.
ya ada juga
Because merasa dia
diwajibkan.
Bina high storage building
Betul.
100
Yes.
tingkat example.
Example,
They
yeah.
have to contribute
Yeah,
30
to that-
40 rumah,
There are certain
something like
unit
that.
of affordable housing.
Same thing, I
Yeah,
think.
same thing. But mungkin yelah ada target and then the detail requirement tu might be different. Of course dia kena Indonesia.
Tapi kan kalau gunakan IBS tak perlu tunggu lama.
Betul, setuju.
Previously di Indonesia nak dapatkan affordable house tu boleh setahun 2 tahun. Dengan IBS system, modular basic, so quality also kita dapat.
Betul.
Tapi rumah dengan cepat kita boleh dapat.
Saya suka sangatlah jemput Prof kali ni. Senang kerja saya tahu untuk promote IBS ni. You
So
do the talking
let's
a
work
lot about
closely about the IBS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
betul. It's proven. Memang tak payahlah nak tak perlu question about quality.
Dulu orang masyarakat yang ada di bawah di Indonesia ragu dengan IBS because dia macam knock down
Yeah.
a precast kan.
Yes, yeah.
Macam kita main Lego.
Limit
Oh,
the
dan how about the safety when the
betul.
earthquake's coming?
Betul.
Indonesia is in the ring of fire.
Yeah.
So masa kita develop the IBS, masa ada earthquake, so it's a proven modular housing is more tahan terhadap earthquake compare to the yang
normal
concrete tu.
conventional.
Yes.
Yeah, betul.
So now people start trusting about the
yeah.
modular basic
Technology,
technology.
Betul.
Dan kita ada sekarang dulu Ministry of Work combined with the Ministry of Housing. Now under President Prabowo we are splitting.
Okay.
So Ministry of Housing is responsible for 3 juta rumah and responsible for the modular basis,
Modular
IBS, everything. But the construction part is under Ministry of Work.
Minister of Work.
Tapi providing the modular housing, that is under Ministry of
Ministry
Housing.
of Housing. I think same
Yeah.
here in
Yeah,
Malaysia.
same, yeah?
Kami
Okay.
juga ada Kementerian Perumahan dan Kerajaan Tempatan, KPKT yang handle on this housing development.
So next future we can collaborate, sharing
Yeah.
experience again,
Yeah.
especially the ICW in KL,
Yes.
somewhere in October, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
I dah fikir dah. Memang lepas ni I rasa even our audience pun nak dengar lebih about you
We also have the international construction
Indonesia.
conference in
Conference.
Indonesia
When?
under
It's
Ministry
happening?
of the Infrastructure and Regional Development.
Bila tu?
Is somewhere in September. So
September.
probably that we will invite CIDB as well.
So
To,
pergi ke
to
sana
come to
dulu.
Jakarta.
Yeah, and then you guys come to
Sure, for
Malaysia
sure.
kan
Why not?
for our ICW di KL 28 hingga 30 Oktober.
October.
Semua orang kena datang, including
I
you.
will keep my calendar.
Yeah, block your calendar now. I will send you a reminder. Prof
Thank
Dian
you.
jangan lupa 28 hingga 30 Oktober.
Okay.
ICW
So I will
KL.
send also that when the
Yeah,
infrastructures
Please do. Yeah.
conference in Indonesia as
Yeah.
well.
Kita boleh terus melawat ibu kota Nusantara during
Yeah,
that time as
tapi
well.
you have to come to Jakarta first and then back to the Balikpapan because
dekat-
there is no connecting flight.
Tak apa.
So I think Sarawak Sabah have to start thinking
Yeah.
about the connectivity to the Nusantara.
between
Yeah.
these two. Saya setuju, sangat-sangat
Okay.
setuju. Alright, so
Okay, we toward today.
towards to the end and
Okay.
um,
Terasa 1 jam
terasa tak kan? I rasa
It's
macam
1 jam.
almost 1 hour.
Okay.
Tapi saya sangat happy dapat belajar a lot from myself and I believe our
It's not
audience as
belajar
well.
lah. This is sharing knowledge.
But still I
Yeah.
learn a lot from your experience, from
Thank
your
you.
sharing because I still new in this industry compared to you and I believe everyone yang mendengar sekarang during live session ataupun after this because this will be available in our YouTube. Official
Okay.
YouTube CIDB Malaysia and also CIDB IBS official. So you guys yang mendengar after this mesti macam wow. And of course, we are proud because you know, you giving back to our country for like over 10 years. You contribute to our
Yeah,
nation as well.
I'm happy actually to contribute. Now I learn a lot from Malaysia, and then I implement in my country as well.
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
continue learn
yeah.
from both party. And
Mm.
last few words from you, and
Okay,
yang last one ni, of course lah, yang we save the best for the last.
okay.
Okay.
Apa tu?
Apa tu Okay, mungkin saya nak tanya Prof lah, ataupun
Mm.
bukan, I nak your view, I nak you cakap yang you rasa what are the hopes for this green technology like IBS modular, not only in Indonesia but also in Malaysia. The way forward yang you nampak. Maybe you can share on that.
When I decided to come back to serve my country di 2018 masa tu, uh, ramai orang cakap that Dian, you talking about the IBS, you talking about BIMS, you talking about digital technology in construction.
Yeah.
Itu hanya boleh dibuat di kota baru ataupun new city.
New city, yeah. Yang ada
Kota
infra
udah
complete.
lama seperti Jakarta is very difficult, they say.
Okay.
Because our Jakarta is heritage from colonialism of the Dutch. Kota yang berusia 400-500 tahun. So impossible, they said. No, I said. I did that one in UK. I'm working also in the University of East London last time that I was the dean of the School of Civil Engineering in the University of East London. Then I said that we rejuvenations all digitalization in the tube in the London city. So itu semua station kita tidak tukar fasadnya,
Yeah,
but we
agree.
digitalize them.
Yeah.
Tapi kota tua di Jakarta pun kita boleh rejuvenate.
Yeah, betul.
So industrial building system tidak hanya terbatas pada kota baru. So now mindset itu kena ditukar.
Mindset, ya.
Ya, mindset itu kena ditukar. Not easy to change the mindset. Tapi manfaatkan the digital era, di mana media social media like TikTok, Instagram, that create this awareness to the teenagers.
Yeah.
This is our purpose currently, using the social media in Indonesia to encourage teenagers, for them to make them sure about the IBS.
Early education.
Early education. So the young pasangan muda yang baru menikah, kita tawarkan rumah-rumah yang modular. This is a cool. Kalau bahasa Indonesia itu keren, cool actually. Keren kalau punya rumah modular.
Ya, jadikan modular tu viral.
Ya, viral.
Kalau
Jadi,
di Malaysia viral.
Teenager bagaimana tukarkan mindset teenager ni, make it this thing is a cool for them.
Ya,
So
into
mereka
trend.
itu kita gunakan juga di MRT. Jadi keren kalau naik bis kota. Kalau bahasa Indonesia keren kalau naik bis kota, public transport, daripada harus naik mobil pribadi. Nah, itu bahasa Indonesia. I change slang to Indonesian.
It's proven you still boleh.
Bisa.
Bisa.
Kalau ketemu dengan orang Indonesia saya bahasa Indonesia, tapi kalau ketemu dengan Malaysia automatically change. Because my computer in here change automatically.
You can switch the button because you've been for 11 countries. You serve for that nation, and again, I'm so proud to have you here, Prof.
Thank you, Dina.
And maybe this is not. Let's take it as a starting point for that. We have more better future collaboration between government to government, and maybe as a new kawan. Let's continue. Saya pun selepas ni mungkin kalau saya ke Jakarta, saya boleh.
Please let me know.
So you boleh become a special tourist. Host
you have
for
to
me.
see the Jakarta. Jakarta, we have a SCBD. There was a SCBD, Sudirman Central Business District.
Okay.
That one is a very beautiful high-rise building there, and complete.
Saya suka makanan Indonesia.
Culinary, Indonesian culinary.
Indonesia sangat sedap.
So a friend from Malaysia, because dari Kuching, especially they have direct flight to Jakarta, please visit. Masa saya naik flight dari Jakarta, so mostly Sarawakian. Because I can know from their slang. They're talking Sarawakian, so I know they're all those actually Sarawakian. I can understand Sarawakian language.
Because you lama di sini juga.
Tapi saya tak boleh cakapnya.
Faham. And that's the connectivity,
Yeah.
the infrared, so it's easily for us to
But
commute now.
mostly, to be honest with you, Malaysians, Kuching, Sarawakian comes to Jakarta for shopping. That is boosting our economy. Thank you very much. To be honest, Pasar Baru in Bandung, Tanah Abang in Jakarta.
Yeah,
So,
to spill you,
wow.
my this year
Yeah.
Raya outfit, all I bought from Jakarta.
Thank you very much.
So memang it's proven, it's Jakarta is like shopping heaven. Memang,
Mm.
and with the quality yang bagus, dengan service yang tip top, of course,
Yeah.
that's why. Hopefully that we can
Yeah.
grow our economy together. And
Sure.
for the last, we have like 3 minutes, so I want to take this opportunity again to remind everyone, this is the only first episode. Kalau you guys nak continue listen about our podcast, and tomorrow,
Surprising me. This is the first episode.
first episode,
Oh, okay.
first edition of Bina podcast. And again,
Previously, you don't have this podcast.
no, never.
Oh,
And
interesting.
yeah, first experience.
Thank you, because I'm to become the first.
Yeah, you're the lucky special number one.
Lucky. Saya memang lelaki. No, just kidding.
Alright.
Ha, I'm lucky.
Yeah.
A lucky man. too.
Lucky man. And
Thank you
yeah,
very much
Yeah,
for
we are
invite
honored
me
to have you
in
on
this
board.
podcast. Yeah.
And I hope that this first experience akan become like a good progress untuk for our
Sure.
next episode. And tomorrow we are going to have another live streaming here as well,
Oh.
with another 2
Good.
panelists, also a speaker from this ICW Borneo editions, and we'll be talking about another green technology. And yeah, and also again I nak highlight bulan 10, 28 hingga 30 Oktober for our Bina ICW event. And you can browse to www-bina. Oh my god, I lost. Sorry, again I try www.bina-cidbibs.my. So you just browse there, semua ada kat situ.
Okay.
If you want to be a speaker, if you want to be a participants, exhibitors, and I will send you the invitation after this right
Thank
away.
you.
Alright, so
Okay.
yeah, I think with that, I rasa itulah penamat untuk sesi kali ini sahaja. And
Okay.
next, of course, there will be a continuity. Saya harap kita punya hubungan tak akan terputus. And Prof, from my personal, I nak say thank you again. And I'm so sorry kalau ada apa-apa sepanjang 1 jam kita live streaming, ada terkasar bahasa yang buruk, itu semua daripada saya sendiri, and yang baik-baik daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. And yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, especially all Malaysian. I'm happy to be here. Terima kasih juga sama.
Yeah.
Untuk saya tak siapkan pantun tadi kan.
Alah, sempat ni
No,
kalau nak.
no, tapi memang kita di Melayu Kepulauan
Betul,
Riau
betul.
biasanya kita berpantun. Seems
Yes,
like
culture kita,
culture.
nature kita sama.
So saya memang sangat-sangat bangga boleh di dalam podcast ini. Terima kasih untuk kawan-kawan di Malaysia.
Yeah.
So bye, jumpa
Bye,
lagi di
yeah.
Bina cidbibs.my later on in October ya.
Oktober.
Okay, bye bye.
Oktober.
Assalamualaikum
Bye-bye.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye bye.